Greetings everyone and welcome back to another exciting video on Big Chief's Facebook page today. And this might go on YouTube too, we'll see where we go. Anyway, greetings everyone, wherever you're seeing this on whatever social media platform you've stumbled upon this today. We have another box opening. So I got this wonderful piece of mail from Vaporesso, and that means we have a new product to review. And of course, this product was sent to me for the purposes of a full review, which I will do, but this is just a box opening, first impressions. Let's pull it out. I know what it is. It's the new, I don't even know what it's called. It's like the new Luxe something or another. Let's see what we got. Have no idea. The Vaporesso Luxe 80S. That means I think this is going to be the internal battery version. There's an internal and an external of this. This is the single 18650 version. And yeah, let's open this guy up. So I like to make it like the cigarettes where it does a little wraparound. See if we get it. Boom. We are inside the device. Let's see what we have. So first, you will be presented with the instruction manual. Inside of the box, there we have it. So you have your USB-C charging cable, you have 2 coils and the device. But it's the regular GTX coils that they use in a lot of different devices. Tried and true. Now they are triple silicone protected. So this is the 45 to 60.2 coil, and you will also receive the 0.3 32 to 45 to commence. Now let's take a look at this bad booty device right here. Let's go ahead and take that off. It's not like the swag. Screen right on the side. That'd be really cool if the screen would pop up there like the swag. Anyway, I'm not gonna knock them for that. You have your PNP tank right here. Looks a little more updated than the swag pod. I wonder if they are interchangeable, but I'm assuming that these pods are going to be interchangeable. You can see under here, and this is held down by magnets. The Luxe Q did not have magnets. This one, they brought the magnets back. Boom, just feel that suction. I love that feeling. You know, your pod is nice and secured in there. Right back here, back. Battery door pops out. We got negative facing down, positive on the top, and I put this little flap on the outside, which I always regret. Pull that battery out, put the little flap on the inside, and then you can easily take your battery out. Anyway, but there we go. That looks just like the PM80 screen. That's it right there. You got your up and down wattage all the way to 80 watts. Yep. And then down. No, we do not have a round robin. Once it gets to the bottom of the top, it will stay there. And as always, there's no pod in here now. There's no coil for it to read. But where you see those 3 little lines, you can't see it, but it says best. It's going to tell you where to run that coil, what the best range to run that coil is. You've got your resistance, you got your voltage, you got a puff counter, you got the seconds, you got your battery indicator. Yep, I know, there's no atomizer in there. Right up top, battery indicator, got a fully charged battery. Luxe S, is that what it is? The Luxe S, that's what we're calling it? The Luxe 80S. I know there's a regular Luxe 80, that's going to be an internal version of this, probably going to be a little bit shorter if I were to guess, but I won't know until they're released and I get my hands on them. But this guy seems sturdy. Got this nice, like, really leathery, rubbery gushiness over here. It's very sleek on the other side, very sleek. Nice smooth finish right here. Got the acrylic glass. Now, this does not have the locking mechanism that the swag has. They did not go through with the locking mechanism. and the tip is not changeable. You cannot pull this tip out. I noticed they have 2 airflow slots right there. You actually have a line right there where it says the halfway mark, so to close it half off. I guess it's a little more easy to determine where the halfway point is. Can't see any other reason why they put that there. And I got this dual airflow on both sides, little line in the middle for some reason. And now, here's the kicker. This is the part that's going to weird me out if it's true. Whoa. You can't put your own tank on it. Wow. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie. My initial reaction is why not make it for other 510 tanks? But I know through word falling down the grapevine, I know companies are concerned that the FDA is not going to approve anything that is 510 threaded. They're afraid that they're only going to approve like proprietary tanks on these mods, and that would be one way to do it. Make a proprietary little, there's no 510s. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna have to sit on that knowledge for a minute. I'll see how it goes. Anyway, that has been the box opening. My shock and surprise upon learning that this is just attached to the top. Didn't see that coming. Anyway, stay tuned for the full review. It's either going to be coming up right now or I am back. It is day 2 with the Vaporesso Luxe S 80 watt. The Vaporesso Luxe 80S, right? That's what it is. Anyway, just to build upon the box opening yesterday, I've been on this guy since I set it up yesterday evening, and not a full 24 hours yet, but give or take, you know, just about a whole day with it. Couple of things that I noticed, and I just want to bring them up here. I'm going to come back with a full review later on in this video. Just give this a couple of minutes. But so right off the bat, really good flavor. I really loved the Target PM80, and at the end of the day, I think this is just the Target PM80 Luxury Edition, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. The flavor comes through so bright, and just to point out what the coils did, normally the Fruit Monster, I have the Fruit Monster Blueberry Lemon 6 milligrams in this, and in the Force tank, I have the Vaporesso Force. That's my daily banger. It's my daily device, but I hate it. I hate the Blueberry Lemon in the Force tank. Tastes like garbage. Absolute trash. But in this, it is fascinatingly, is that a word? It's great. It is really, really, really good. It was the only bottle that I had sitting up on my shelf that, you know, I didn't want to vape the same flavor in 2 tanks, so I just grabbed that, like, yeah, sure, you know, we're gonna push through this coil, just really testing it out. This is for science, not my satisfaction. And yeah, sure enough, the flavor is totally different in this tank. So I just wanted to jump in. I just wanted to explain all that. Yep, I have explained all of that. Hang tight, I'll be back in a few days. A few days for me, a few minutes for you. Yeah. One more rip. Blueberry Lemon Fruit Monster 6 milligrams. Alright, we're gonna go and document the flooding of Big Chief. Look at that over there. Yeah, feel free. Come on in, use the parking lot. Scoot on through. All right. What a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Am I right, future viewers? Let's go peek over here. All right, I'm gonna go get wet. Oh, oh. Jesus, look at this, into the parking lot. Look at my car. Yep, it made it to the bottom parts of our I can't even talk. Look at this shit. Dude. All right, everything's getting wet. I don't want to break my phone. Yeah, it made it about, you know, a few inches up our back tire. Whew. All right, fun stuff. Let's see, PT Cruiser, cruising.
Look at this.
My God! Here comes the wave. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, that one didn't get us. Whoa, almost.
She did not care. She was getting through that fucking shit.
Wow.
Did not care.
Yeah, I don't think, I think this is worse than last time because it never got close to the door last time.
I am going to McDonald's.
I need me that Big Mac.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Whew, and we are back. Don't worry, have no fear. Big Chief is still here. That was just a rainstorm. There wasn't a tropical storm or a hurricane or nothing like that. That was just I think it was a Wednesday or a Thursday, and it's just a little rainstorm. Whenever it rains for longer than 2 or 3 hours heavily, we have the worst corner imaginable right outside this shop, as you were able to see. Anyway, yeah, we were out watching that madness happen. Put the Luxe 80S to the test. It was in my pocket during a lot of that. We were underneath the awning. I didn't want to get it wet. Not like it's you know what I'm saying. It's not waterproof. Not waterproof. But let's get back to the review. It's been about 2 weeks. We've been sitting on this guy for about 2 weeks. Not solid. Not completely steady. There was a weekend there where I lost track of this guy. Disappeared from my eyes. Had no idea where it went. And by the time I found this guy, like on the side of the stairs, it was on its side. It's like boom. And let's discuss about it. So during my use of it, this is the normal leakiness that you will get. You can see some drops in there. There's a few drops, a few dribbles. It's really nothing crazy. When it was on its side for those couple of days, there was a nice little puddle in there. And surprisingly enough, there was not a puddle on the ground. So what I'm trying to say when it comes to the leaking with the Luxe 80S is I think hopefully all of the juice that comes out is going to stay inside of this little cup right here, because theoretically, even on its side, it never dripped out of that airflow port to go onto the ground. So I'm hoping this cup is going to serve as a juice collector, and nothing's going to make its way onto the side of the device. Nothing's going to make its way onto the internal parts of the device. All hopes and thoughts of mine with my experience with the leaking, because it doesn't really leak by itself on its own, standing upright at all times. It's not really going to leak. You're going to have some condensation, little drops in there, but I think that's mostly just due to condensation. I don't think that's dripping juice down there, which is a good sign. These guys are triple silicone protected now. So I'd say the Swag and this guy are pretty comparable. Anyway, we're going to do a comparison a little bit later on in the video with the Swag and the Luxe 80S, and look forward to that. There's some things going on with the compatibility of the two devices, of the two pods. But first, let's jump into what I think overall of this device. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid 2 thumbs up rating. I got no complaints except for this little piece right here. I just think overall, it just looks funny. I've gotten used to it. over these 2 weeks, but at first I was really annoyed with that little gap right there. I wanted them to just get rid of that gap and slide the airflow piece like right on top of the mod, but then there'd be a little bit of overhang because it's not totally flat against the mod. Anyway, just little gripes about the aesthetics of how this thing looked, and the fact that you cannot unscrew this from the mod. This is built into the mod. I hated that, hated it. I've gotten used to it over these 2 weeks. It is what it is. I think that's just the future of this industry. They've really, really, really worked on the coils from these pods. Great flavor, longevity, personally, and I vape Jam Monster a lot. I vape a lot of Jam Monster. This is loaded down with sweetener. I am sacrificing coil life for enjoyment of the flavor. I know that. I get out on the widest of ranges, 3 to 7 days. 3 to 7 days. Sometimes this thing burns out fast. Sometimes it's my fault. So, but yeah, flavor is great. The flavor is great. I already broke down what the blueberry lemon fruit monster did in this device compared to the force tank. And now the Jam Monster mixed berry, golden. It is beautiful. Flavors coming through bright, pronounced, bold, rich. Exactly what I'd expect. And I haven't had the mixed berry in a minute. And I was pleasantly surprised at how wonderful it tasted. So flavor, great coming through these guys. Leaking, next to none. How are you gonna fill it? How do we fill it? We're talking about a lot of this stuff. How does this pod work? So you can just take a little thumbnail or an index fingernail or a pinky nail. Just take a nail, and not like a nail that you would hammer into something, although that could theoretically work. You can just use a fingernail of some sort and just, I'm not gonna do it, but boom, just pop that guy out, you know, just grab onto it underneath, boom, pops right out. That's the plug and play coils. Another slight gripe that I have, the filling mechanism. Vaporesso, guys, you could have made it a lot easier to fill, because I have to really wrench on it. I'm pushing up with my left hand, down with my right hand, twisting as we go, and it doesn't come off easily. It really doesn't. Even with using it for 2 weeks, that latch is solid, and that's going to help with the leaking. A solid air pressure being kept inside of the tank, it's going to help to prevent any leaking. So solid on that, but good Lord. I mean, we got customers that have trouble opening bottles of liquid. Those people are not going to be able to open this tank, so I will not be recommending this pod to any of you guys. Don't worry. But yeah, you just fill it on up, go all the way to the top, poking it through this little hole right here up top. It is impossible to see on this camera, but trust me, there's a little hole right there. Got some silicone covering on top of it. Bottle tip pokes right in there, and then you put the tip back on, give it like a half twist. You're gonna feel it kind of click into place, and you're good to go. And yeah, that's the Vaporesso GTX coils inside of the Luxe 80 pod. And phenomenal. Let's take a drag, shall we? Why didn't they incorporate this pod design with this guy? You know, why did they get rid of the this brand new innovation of changing a coil while your juice is still in the tank? So this has been sitting for a while. This is literally, I don't even remember what this is. I just grabbed this from home, took it off the shelf to bring it for this review, so I could compare. So I could show you this. So, same pod, you know, the same size. Everything's the same, everything fits, just a different design. So I figured easily they would be able to interchange. But this is what happened when I tried to interchange them. So, swag, Luxe, boom, fits just fine, right? fits in place because it's the same diameter, it's the same everything, it's the same pod basically as far as size is concerned. But go to change the airflow, go to adjust your airflow. Nope. 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 It's very, very difficult to change your airflow in this guy because let's compare the bottom of the pods. So look at this, is all magnetic. This whole thing is magnetic. Because it's all magnetic, you can easily pop it into the swag and you can just turn it with no resistance whatsoever from the magnetism. But the magnetism on this guy is only on those 4 points. So it sticks down to the 4 points that it has inside of here. And when you try to change the airflow just a little bit, it's going to pull itself back. The magnetism will force you into a wide open airflow or a totally closed down airflow, which you don't want to use. So in theory, you could use the Luxe pod with the swag with wide open airflow perfectly fine. So you would imagine, since this whole bottom piece is magnetized, it should be able to fit on the Luxe. At least that was what I thought. Because like I said, this has 4 magnetic points for a totally magnetic bottom. And this has 4 points on the pod for a totally magnetic floor on the device. Little cup there. So this is what happens when you put the swag pod in the Luxe. Doesn't even connect. It's like that reverse polarity stuff. So it won't even stick. You ain't making no connection there. But the Luxe pod, the Luxe device, bing. Perfect. Hey, who'da thunk it? And that's that. A little weird, but that's that. Anyway, last thing before I leave you guys. I know it's been a long video, it's rambly, it's over here, it's over there. We're gonna wrap it on up right here. Last thing, how do you work this thing? How do the features work? So first thing, if you want to lock your wattage, 1, 2, 3, 3 clicks right there. That's gonna lock your wattage. You're not gonna be able to change that wattage at all, but your fire button will still fire. So you can still fire it perfectly fine, but your wattage will not change. To unlock it, 3 clicks, unlocks the device. If you want to lock your fire button, the best way to lock your fire button is 5 clicks. Just turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. That's the best way to lock your device. 5 clicks, turn it back on. Every time. Don't even count. Just click it really fast. Click it really fast 5 times within 2 seconds and until you see this. So bam, there you go. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, even though you can't see this, it's super blurry. You got your best wattage. It's going to tell you where your coil is best at depending on the coil you have in there. I have the 32 to 45 watt coil, therefore it says 32 to 45 watts is my best range. Now, press the up and the down fire button. Press the up and the down wattage buttons right there, and here we are inside of the menu up top. The variable wattage, that's going to be where you can change your 5 to 80 watts wattage anywhere you want to put it. Down below, that is the wrong way. You have your variable voltage. You don't really have to mess with the voltage unless you like to mess with voltage, and those people know who they are, and if you don't, then you're not one of those people. So I don't even mess with the wattage. Voltage, I don't mess with the voltage. Trying to talk too fast, wrap this video on up. Anyway, you got your smart mode. That right there, the third one from the top, even though it's super blurry and you can't read it, that's the smart mode. It's gonna automatically set your device to the recommended wattage of Vaporesso. Vaporesso is gonna go ahead and say, because I like mine at 33 watts, right? But on the smart mode, Vaporesso says, no, you like it at 40 watts. You should vape this coil at 40 watts. And I tell Vaporesso, yeah, no, I'd rather it at 33. 40 watts is a little too warm for me on this coil. I like that lower wattage on it. Anyway, so that's the smart mode. That's what the smart mode will do. You have your puff counter. That's the puff counter. You can reset your puff counter. You can keep track of how long the coil's gonna last for you. And then we have the, what's that? The theme. That's right, the theme. You can go in, you can change it from green to pink to blue, wherever you want to put it. Boom, green, select, now everything's green. Down below you have your default setting. You can reset this thing back to its default settings. And I'm just like holding this thing here, super blurry. And down below, at the bottom, got your exit, brings you back to your main screen right there. And that is it. Let's wrap it on up. Those have been my thoughts and opinions on the Vaporesso Luxe 80S. Yeah. You guys have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you have found this video, whatever day of the week it might be. Have a wonderful one. Have a wonderful day. You guys take it easy, be cool. Until next time, I've been Ronnie. You've been watching this. May the Force be with you.